it's such a shame that people now have to think carefully about whether or not they want to be carrying with pride the Canadian flag. It's one of the saddest outcomes, I think, of this protest.
As people cloak themselves in Canadian flags, put them on their pickup trucks, or just carry them upside down throughout demonstrations, the questions being asked, is the meaning behind the flag starting to change?
Seeing the Canadian flag so closely aligned with these protesters, wearing it, flying it, showing it off on their vehicles and so forth, is starting to have an impact on the image of Canada and on the image of that flag, which for so many decades has been a flag that represents freedom and pluralism and progressiveness.
Images of Canadian flags have been associated with anti-vaccine, anti-mandate, and anti-restriction protesters since the start of the pandemic, and it captured even more attention as demonstrators set up an illegal blockade in Ottawa on January 28th and one in Coutts on the 29th.
Well, normally many people would be flying Canadian flags like this one in support of Team Canada in the Winter Games. This year, if they were to do that, they may get suspicious looks from their neighbors.
One of the saddest things about this whole protest and the way they've used the flag is that I think people now who want to hang the flag outside their door or put it on their vehicles or whatever probably have to think twice about that and hope that they don't get confused with these protesters and get seen as being supporting these protesters.
Consultant Clive Veroni compares the image of the Canadian flag to a brand going through a crisis, but he says he thinks it can be fixed with time.
The Canadian brand, as represented through the Canadian flag, will take some time to recover from this, but I don't think it's irrecoverable. I think Canadians will ultimately come back to representing those values, and the flag will once again fly proudly on people's houses and on their cars.
In Calgary, Safe Kaiser, City News.